Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will be introducing you to one of my softwares. It is called the POS Web, and it's a distribution software developed with PHP on the Laravel network. It's a wonderful piece of software and it's very scalable, and we use in pharmacies, restaurants, washing points. We've done a lot of work on the software to be sure that it meets our day-to-day run. Lots of reports. Now let's begin. I'm going to go ahead and load the XAMPP server because it is hosted in XAMPP. So I'll just start these two servers, and you generally do not need to go all of this because if you are using the software from one of our solutions, it should be hosted online. So all you need to do is go to the address bar and type maybe your URL, salesbeyond.com, and then it will just open the software for you, and you can see the URL from here. So it's very easy to use. And so we are going to log into the software. Once you're logged into the software, it shows you the dashboard, and the dashboard just gives you a clue of your revenue, sales, purchase, return, and profit for today, 7 days, this month, or this year. But this is a blank version of the software, so we are going to go through the process of setting up the software from scratch. So you need to navigate to settings on the left hand side here. You need to click on settings. So you need to come here and you take settings. So when you click settings, you have all of these features here. The software is very responsive, as you can see. A lot of CSS code. So let's begin with product permission. This product permission just gives different roles to different users. You have customers, you have staff, you have owner, and all. You can add a role, or you can add somebody to a role. For instance, when you go to the staff, if I click here on action, if I click on action button here, it gives me the option to change permission or to edit. So if I take change permission, you see I can give this person different roles to view products. I can give him the option of viewing, adding, editing, edit, and delete all of these. So you can do all of this from this menu. So I'm not going to change all of this. You can tell what the person can do with reports as well, what they can do with settings, miscellaneous, and all. So I'm just going to go ahead and submit without making any changes because this is not very important. There is also the send notification, which is not very important, but what we are going to look at here is warehouse. The next thing is to create a warehouse. It is important to have a warehouse because when you create goods, when you buy your products, they are supposed to come to a particular warehouse. So it's simple. Click on warehouse and then you click add warehouse. I'm going to give a warehouse here beyond, and the phone number is going to be this, email info@beyondcompany.com, message inquiry, and then I will just do submit. So the warehouse has been created. Let me create another warehouse, beyond Douala. You can have any phone number, Douala. Is this how to spell it? At beyondcompany.com. So now we have 2 warehouses, and the next thing that we are going to create, which is very important, is customer groups. Now customer groups are very important because they define the kind of customers that you are going to have. You can have different kinds of customers, and it's important to have these customer groups because they have different features. So let's go to customer groups. Now here you can create customers with percentages. This is in a situation where you have regular customers, and then you have maybe customers who buy on discount. You want all of this to be automated, or maybe you also have customers who, I'll click on add customer group, and I'm going to put this one regular with a 0%, and then I'll add another customer what do you call the middle man, and then I'll give them a 5% discount. These are like for people that you know. And then I could also add another customer group called staff with 10% discount, so that when you buy a staff. So we are going to go again to settings, and we're going to create brands. Now for brands, we'll have different kinds of brands. So let's take a brand like let's say Beyond. It's a brand. I'll just add Beyond. We add the image as well. So let's create different units. So we made a mistake here. It is B and B for bottle. So now we are going to create another unit called create, and now we're going to use bottle as the base unit. In a bottle, in a crate there are 24 bottles. So it's very important to note, if you had a crate, let me say this is crate 24, you now know that it's going to deduct, so that you buy products in crates and you're selling in bottles, you know how to factor it out, and vice versa. So this is very important to take note of. You see that here it is now very different and is visible. It says that one bottle, which is one, where you have a crate of 24, which is this. You can even add another unit like C24 or C12. You have a crate of 12 bottles. You still use the base unit as bottle. Now you put 12 here and you create. So after unit, the next thing we are going to look at is the currency. Basically, you can create different kinds of currency. Here you have CFA and dollar. To add a currency, you just click on add, and you can add any currency of your choice, and the exchange will figure it out. The next thing is tax. For the taxes, you are going to create the different kinds of tax just like any other object, like any other field. So you say VAT, for example, is 19.25. You can add another tax here, it's 5.5%. So any tax you want to put, that's just how you put it there. Then you have user profiles. This is where you can modify your profile and all of those for a particular username. And then you have backup database, general settings, all of this. So now there are many other things here that you can explore on your own. But once we are done with all of this, the next thing we are going to look at is the products. So we go to products, and you have categories, you have product list, you have add product, barcode, adjustment, stock count, and all of that. So let's start with the categories. Let's assume that we're installing this for a pharmacy. What kind of category will you have? Let's just say food, and then yeah, you can add any image here, any image of your choice. So I can go to Google and I just type food. Pick up any kind of food, and where do I save the image? Save image. I'll save the image here as food.jpg. So you can go to your images and you look for food. See, this is the image, and you submit. So I will create another category called drinks, and I can browse. I don't know if there's any category called drinks. Okay, there are drinks here. Now, see something that is very important here. When I go to category now, and I want to create another category called soft drinks, I can decide to specify that soft drink is a subcategory, that the parent category for soft drink is maybe drinks here. This means that drinks will be the major category, soft drink the subcategory. So here I can just look for still drinks, the image, and I add. So now that the categories have been created, we can create different products for our software. So the next product we are going to create, we'll now go to products, add product. The add product dialog box is very important. Under the product type here, you see under the product type here, it is very important to see what is happening there, because you have different kinds of product types. So when you drop down this dialog box, you see that you have standard product, you have combo, and you have digital. A standard product is any normal product that you have that has a stock unit and all. But a digital product, there are those products that do not require stock. For example, rice, you can put rice as a digital product. In a restaurant, you can put shaving as a digital product. Then combo product is when you want to combine a series of products and give it a particular name. So let's start with standard product. And let's call this Fanta. You can just generate the product code here. You click automatically generate the product code. What is the brand? This is where you needed to have created the brand before. Let's just say all of them are from Beyond. What category? It falls under soft drinks. And then what is the product unit? It's in what? The product unit is in bottle. Bought in bottles. And then what is the product cost? Let's assume that we buy it for 400, and then the selling price is 500. This alert quantity tells you, the system will notify you when the stock goes down to a certain level. You put 5 here. It means that when stock goes down to 5, system will notify you. And here you can now apply the kind of tax you want. You want VAT, you want air, will automatically be added to this product. So this is not tax, this is tax exclusive. And then you have this feature also. When you say feature, it means that when you go to point of sale, you will see that product there even without searching. So I'll feature this product. This other section enables you to add images of the product. You might have a product that has different images. You just click here, and then where's the Fanta? You can add the different pictures of the product. You can add this other one. You can add all these different pictures of a particular product, and then here you give a description. This Fanta is not to be sold, but given that like that, whatever it is, you just add a description there. If it is a product that requires technical details, then you put all of those details here. Now this portion is very important. This product has different prices for different warehouses. You can have a product and you have a company that is running in Bamenda, another one is in Yaoundé. When you select this option, you now say the product, the warehouse in Beyond, the product should be sold for 300, for maybe 500, but the warehouse in Douala should be sold for 600. So just like that, and then you enable whether this product has a batch number and an expiry date, and then this product has a variant. You can have Fanta, but you have the Brasseries Fanta, have the Guinness Fanta, and all of that. And then this product, put a promotional price, add promotional price. Now when you have, like in a pharmacy, when your drugs are running out of when you're getting to their expiry dates, you can decide and add a promotional price. So when you add a promotional price, instead of normal 500, you now sell the product for 300 for a specified period of time, from 27th of May to maybe the 30th. This is so that when a product is in promotion and management decides a promotional price, even the salesperson won't know what is happening. So now you see you have a product, and you have the next thing we are going to look at. There are so many things here. I'm just rushing through the most important thing. Here is purchases. Now you must always purchase these products through a process so that your profit will be properly calculated. So if I go to purchase and I take add purchase, you realize that I have to purchase to a particular warehouse, either Beyond or Douala. So let me say I'm purchasing this product to Beyond, and then the supplier, I need to create my suppliers. So I don't yet have a supplier here, so we are going to go right back and create suppliers. Suppliers are under people, so let's go to people. Under people you can create users. So let's start with users. Let's create a user demo, the password demo, and the company is test company. The email is demo@beyondcompany.com, and the role for that person is maybe a staff. That role is demo. Or let's change the role to an admin, and then you put it the phone number 675321739, and then you submit. Also, do not forget to activate. You have created a user. You also need to create a customer, at least one customer. So we are just going to click on customer, add customer, and we will create a simple customer. Okay, we already had a customer call. This is a customer group. So let's create a regular customer. Let's call him Tefu from Beyond. Tefu at beyond.com. Same phone number. The address is Bamenda, City Bamenda, Norwest Region 27, and the country is Cameroon. So we have created a regular customer. Let's create another customer now. who should not be regular, but should be a middleman. And the customer is middleman of Beyond. This one is not even important. Remember, city is Douala. Yeah, we don't need all of those fields. And finally, let's create another customer called staff with this phone number from Yaoundé. Yes, so we have created 3 customers. Let's create a biller. A biller is like a bills clerk. So let's call a biller. Let's have one biller called Beyond, from Beyond company, with any phone number, any address, any city, blah blah blah, and not exactly a very good picture of the billers here. So let's use one of these pictures for the biller. Biller 1. So we have a biller, and let's also have a supplier. Let's say the supplier is CP. Central Pharmacy. CP. And the phone number is this. City is Mutembele. Address is okay. So now that all these people have been created, let's also go to accounting and at least add one account. Account 111 sales account. The opening balance can be 0. All sales. You can have different accounts for different purposes. So the account is on. Okay, and then now let's go to our purchases. Remember that we have created all of these products, but this product has not been purchased. So now let's go to purchases. You cannot just add the products to the warehouse, you have to purchase it. Let's go and then we add a purchase. So let's assume that you came from purchasing the items and then you already have all of this. The first thing is that you have to select your warehouse, and that is Beyond. You select your supplier, Central Pharmacy. You can have any other supplier. And then this is very important, the purchase status. Has it been received, partially received, is it pending, or is it just ordered? So even when you place an order, you come and put it here and you say that it's ordered. So let's say this one has been received. And what is the product? You now scan, or you just type Beyond. It was Fanta, I think. As you start typing, the product just appears. So now remember that we said the product has a batch number and an expiry date. So the first thing is that now that the product is here, you put the quantity you have purchased. So let's say that we purchased 200, and then you put the batch number. This was the batch number, and then you put the expiry date. The product will expire this date. Gives the unit cost from what we created. If the unit cost changes, you need to go and change it back in that system. And then where you paid an order tax when you bought this product, was there a tax? The tax was there, you can add it here. Was there a discount given to you? Was there a shipping cost? So you need to add all of this, and then you create a note here for the product. Yes, imported. So when you are done all of this, you then submit. So now also you can see that this product was purchased on this date. This is the reference, the supplier was CP, the status is received, this is the overall total, but it has not been paid. So if you're owing, and then you can also, payment is due since you have received. So you can just click on the product and you still see all of those details about the product and invoice. So now let's take action, and then we take add payment, and then we say that if we paid the supplier partially, we can specify, and then we say which account we are using for the payment, and then cash, by credit card, by check, could be by Momo, whatever, and then we submit. You see that the product has been paid and on this date. So now the other thing that you want to add is expenses for your products as well. So there are lots and lots of things, like you can create expenses here, you can create expense category, and then you create expense. So let's look at expense categories. Now under expense category, let's just add a category. There's a category code which you can generate. You can have salaries, which is a category. You can have what else? Office supplies, whatever categories, and then you can create now the individual expenses from here. Like add an expense, you select the expense category was office supply, you select the warehouse in question, you put the amount, it was 10,000, which account was debited. You can now create an account that will be debited, and then you say you can see I bought ink for the office, and then you submit. You see that from here you can also track the various expenses. Now the good thing about POS is that you can always see any report by date, meaning that you go here, you see the last 30 days, 90 days, all the time, or you custom from this date to this date, and then all reports can be exported to PDF. You can take export to PDF, or you can also export to Excel. You can also just print, or you can just view. And now the reports are very dynamic. You see that here you have about 6 columns. You have the date, you have the reference, the warehouse, category, amount, node, and action. If you click on this small icon here, you can decide to take away date. You see that the report does not have date. You can take away the warehouse. So you can limit a few things, and then you generate your report. So just like that same way you can add them. So the reports are very dynamic. And then now the other thing is transfers. You can actually transfer goods from one warehouse to the other. So you see that we can transfer from Beyond to Beyond Douala, and we can put the status. Have we sent the transfer? Is it pending? Is it completed? And then we select the same product. The only one that we have is Fanta. We put the batch number that we want to transfer and put the quantity. Now I need to pick up this batch number. I just put anything that I forgot. But you can actually put the quantity here, to be 12. You see, and then you can put a shipping cost. You can actually attach a document and you keep a note, shipping cost, and then you submit. You need a batch number, which I've forgotten, so we'll not be able to do this transfer. I can also just import. So now let's go to products. Let's just go to sales. So this is where you make sales. This point here, POS, is very, very important. So when you click on POS here, that is where you can make all the sales. So it's important to know where that is. So let's go to POS. So it's asking you which warehouse. So you can select beyond. You can specify cash in hand, or you can just close. You see that the only item that we have listed here is Fanta. You have Fanta. So when you want to make a sales, you can take beyond 0. You can take beyond. You can select a customer, and then you just click on the item here will be added. You can click on this plus sign to add the quantity or reduce, and then this is the batch number for that item. So basically you take the cash, and if the person has given 1,000, it will automatically show his change, and I see he's paying by cash. If there is any note to this payment you can give, without which you submit, and it gives you the receipt here. So it can give you all of this receipt and you just print. So that is all. You see that as you are making the sales, you can also switch between POS and the menu. This is where you switch this button here. It helps you to switch between POS and the menu. So you need to click here to be. So I made some more sales, and that's why you're having all of this. So one thing I like us to look at is reports. So for reports, you can go to summary, and under the summary you can see the total purchases. You can see the sales, the returns, the sales return, purchase return, profit and loss. All of these are just basic summaries. Cash at hand, received, and all of what you're expecting to receive from beyond Douala, beyond Bamenda, different warehouses. And you can specify this by date, from this date to this date here. The next thing is you can get the best seller. Best seller is simply the product that is selling the highest, and you see that here, this is the best seller, and that is Fanta. So this helps you to know what to invest on. Yes, if you know about the 20-80 rule, most people say that only 20% of our product give us 80% of our profit. So you need to know those 20%. In this case, Fanta is the 20% that gives 80%. So you can go to product reports, and you look at different reports, and the only product we have here is Fanta, and it's saying the quantity sold is 7, which is correct, and we are still working on negative balance because the selling price wasn't as good. That's why it's showing that we are not working on profit. And then the other report that we can see is the category report. Remember, for product report, you can select the warehouse here as well. You can export it to PDF. You see this, how you export to PDF with your company name which you created. You can export it to PDF, and or you can export it to Excel. You can print it directly. You can also uncheck a few of this, like quantity sold. You can take it out. You can take the sold amount, but you can bring all of them back, modify the report, and then you specify the date as well, just like in the other reports. So let's go back to reports again, and let's look at there is the monthly sales, the daily sales, but I wanted you to see there's warehouse report as well, but I wanted you to see category report. You can also get this category report here. So you can also get reports by category, where you are able to determine all categories, choose a particular date range, just like you would with any other report. So guys, basically you have almost all the reports here. The good thing is that we can create all the reports. You have due report, supplier report, customer report, product quantity alert. All of these reports are here, so it's just for you to go ahead and select the one that you want to see. So guys, this is POS. So just in case you wanted to try out POS, an easier way of doing that is going to demo. Okay, so basically that is that about in case you have been following this software and you want to try it out, just go to demo.beyondcompany.com. You can see the address very well, demo.beyondcompany. So, and then you type one of these usernames, type admin, the username. The username should be admin, and let me just make this easy for you. So the user name is admin and password is 1234567 You can also use the username staff, password. Yes, you can use any of these credentials. So this one you input it, this one. So that is that. So use the username admin 1234567 and then you can log in. Then you can be able to change the system. I didn't change the password, so I'll go to profile here and I'll put the old password that was here. So now you can be able to use the same username. Sometimes I think I know my passwords, but I really don't. Well, it looks like the password is already changed. Let's try to see what goes on here. It accepts and so sorry about that. So now that works. So I'll repeat this step because it's very important. Oh no! So you go to demo.beyondcompanylimited.com. This is the website, demo.beyondcompanylimited.com, and you press the enter key. So we'll load this site for you, and you type in the username here. So you are going to use the username here and me, and then 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Or you can use staff and password, or use customer and use these two. So guys, thank you for watching our software, and I'm going to leave you with these credentials so that you can just use all of them to log in. If you like it, subscribe to our page. This is the address bar, and these are the usernames and passwords. So you can always get to the address bar from here. And, just like that. Thank you. And if you need this software installed, just write to us on the WhatsApp, and then we can get in touch with you. Thank you.